a new look Big 12 in 2023. 4 new members to the Power 5 ranks entirely in BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF. Texas and Oklahoma in this conference for the final time before they head off to the SEC. So a big year, a very exciting year in the Big 12. And the preseason favorite in this conference is none other than the Texas Longhorns. We talked about that already. The top 5 looks as follows: Texas, Kansas State, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and TCU. It's according to the preseason media poll. All 5 of those teams received first place votes. Mitch, Texas, the clear favorite in this conference in the preseason. Are they your pick for the best team in this conference in 2023?
De facto. I mean, there's just not this is the worst conference in college football, I think, right now, is the Big 12. And I think that Texas could absolutely be the best conference, be the best team in this conference, and probably will win the conference championship with 9 or 10 wins. So I am going to go with Texas as my best team. But I don't think it's going to be super impressive what they do in this conference. I really don't.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily feel very top heavy right now. I do think there's a good amount of really good teams in this conference, but true playoff contenders, true top tier teams. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. It feels like there's none of those, at least right now, in the Big 12. I am going to go with a repeat, though, in this conference. I'm going K-State. Kansas State is my pick for the best team in this conference. I don't believe in Texas. I don't believe in Sark. I don't believe they're going to pull it off. Kansas State did it last year. Nobody even really noticed because TCU had an incredible year, but K-State was awesome. Will Howard was awesome, and he comes back, and they're back. So I just believe in K-State, and again, in a weaker conference, in a wide open conference, why not the Wildcats? So I'm going to go with Kansas State as my best team. Your dark horse conference champion, Mitch.
Give me Kansas.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go with Kansas. I think that Jalen Daniels is primed to break out. He had the breakout year last year, but there's a lot to be excited about this guy's athleticism, his quarterback play when he comes back healthy. I think that Kansas could definitely be a team that is going to be contending for the top of that conference.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, Kansas had a red hot start last year, 5-1 start with Jalen Daniels, their quarterback, who was selected by the media as the preseason player of the year, offensive player of the year was Jalen Daniels. That was the pick, and rightfully so. But he gets injured halfway through last year, and then they really fell off a cliff. They were projected to finish 9th out of 14 teams in this preseason poll. They are also my pick for this category, Mitch. I do believe that it will be Kansas and Kansas State in the Big 12 championship game. I think it's an all Kansas championship game in the Big 12 this year. So I'm very high on the Jayhawks. So give me Kansas for the dark horse conference champion. Overachieving team. Which team is going to overachieve this season? Give me a newcomer and give me UCF, the Knights of Central Florida. This UCF team, I low-key almost picked them as a dark horse conference champion because of all the newcomers to this conference, I think UCF is the best. They were ranked the highest. They were voted 8th in this conference. They have a great quarterback in John Reese Plumlee and a lot of talent and a lot of excitement down there at UCF. So I definitely feel like the Knights are a sneaky team to maybe make some noise in the Big 12, especially as a new member. Over under win total, according to FanDuel, is 6.5 wins. So I think getting to 8-9 wins wouldn't shock me to see that from UCF this year. I really wouldn't be surprised in their first year at the Power 5 level. So give me UCF.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to go with Oklahoma because I think Oklahoma could overachieve and somehow win this conference one more time. Nope, wait. No, I am going with Oklahoma. Sorry. I am going with Oklahoma. I don't think that they're a favorite, but I think that they can. And this is kind of how low. This is kind of maybe a statement on how low I am on Oklahoma. I think that they could find their way winning the conference. I don't think they're more than an 8 or 9 win team, but I think that they could absolutely overachieve what I think that they're capable of doing and going ahead and winning a conference championship. So I'm going to take the Sooners as the overachiever.
Okay, Mitch goes Oklahoma overachieving team. Oklahoma picked 3rd in the preseason media poll behind Kansas State and Texas, and their over-under win total, according to FanDuel, 9.5 wins. Mitch, your best player in this conference, the Big 12 conference in 2023, is?
I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy, a guy that you had on your big board, a wide receiver out of Texas. The guy's he's got all the athleticism, the size, is a really big playmaker, and I think is going to be huge for whoever's under center for Texas, whether that's Quinn Ewers or Manning or whoever it is under center. It's going to be a huge playmaker for Texas. I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, I like Xavier Worthy. He was the only player to be a unanimous preseason selection. Only player in the entire conference to be unanimous on that preseason team. He was a first-team wide receiver in that voting. So very worthy pick there for you, Mitch. I am going to go with Cooper Beebe, the guard from Kansas State. I'm really high on this guy. I talked about him in the big board. I believe I have him 13 as a guard. I don't care about the fact that he's a guard. He's a mauler. He's a beast. He's a plug and play, 10 years in the NFL. Like, kid is legit. One of the best players in the conference. So I'll give him some credit here. Let's go O-line. Cooper Beebe, guard.
I like
Kansas State. Sleeper quarterback, Mitch. I mentioned him already, and then I got mad at myself because I knew I was going to mention him later. So I should have just saved it. John Reese Plumlee, the UCF quarterback, also UCF baseball player, literally was splitting time in the spring between baseball games and spring practice for the Power 5 UCF Knights. Plumlee is legit. I think he could really be a star of this conference in 2023 with this UCF team. So give me John Reese Plumlee, the quarterback for Central Florida.
Big arm. Baseball player got to have a big arm, right? Love that pick. I'm going to go with a new addition to the Big 12. I'm going to go to the University of Houston. I'm going to go with Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith, the former Texas Tech quarterback, now at the University of Houston, is going to have an opportunity to really make his talents shine. Not a whole lot of success at Texas Tech, but in Houston, kind of a spread style offense. I think that we're going to see some really great things out of the young man for the University of Houston. So give me Donovan Smith.
Okay, there you go. Most disrespected, I'm going with Kansas. Just simply enough, because they're a really good team and they're still voted 9th because the other conference members just see them as a basketball program and not a good football program. Lance Leopold is doing great things there. This team is really talented. Stop disrespecting the Jayhawks. 9th in the conference. Come on.
Yeah, I had the Jayhawks as well. And I had Jalen Daniels written down as well. I think that he could be disrespected because, if Kansas
voted the preseason player of the year in the conference.
But if Kansas is off to a slow start, I think that there might be a lot of blame misdirected towards Jalen Daniels if he stays healthy. So, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna kind of ride with you on Kansas as well.